Hi, my name is Jonathan, and I'm on a roll with doing apology vlogs. So this time I wanted to apologize to East Timor because I, as an American, am responsible for the genocide that had happened over a span of 25 years in East Timor. I'm responsible for that because the U.S. government, the Pentagon, orchestrated the genocide against 200,000 East Timorese from 1975 to 1991. And if you're an American, if you're not aware of what had happened, in 1975, East Timor declared their independence from Portugal, and they wanted to set up a democratic government. And the U.S. did not like that because they would have been a role model for democracy in the region, because in the early 70s, Indonesia came under the influence of U.S.-based multinational corporations, and they became, the U.S. installed a puppet government. The U.S. installed a dictatorship in Indonesia, setting up Suharto as dictator. It was not a democracy, it was dictatorship, very harsh dictatorship. And so basically East Timor is like this secret Vietnam that Americans are not aware of. And so actually Suharto did not even want to invade East Timor because he considered it independent. He was willing to let East Timor become an independent nation. But Henry Kissinger and President Nixon convinced Suharto, they demanded Suharto to invade East Timor and to put down democracy very harshly, because it would have been a role model for democracy in the region. So, yeah, in 1975, Indonesia invaded East Timor. Sorry, I'm starting to drive at the same time. So, yeah. So, the reason why the U.S., a couple other reasons why. Well, one reason, as I already mentioned, is that East Timor wanted to set up a democracy, and Indonesia was a dictatorship. And the U.S., because Indonesia was under this sphere of neoliberalism, because of that, it was a dictatorship. The U.S. is afraid that East Timor would be a role model for democracy in the region, like collapse another domino in the region, you know, the whole Vietnam thing. So the U.S. did not want that, and also because, like, East Timor is an island, the U.S. wanted the straits to be used. The straits, it was deep sea water by East Timor. The U.S. wanted those straits for undetected submarine passage from, like, the Indian Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. And geopolitical reasons, basically, geopolitical reasons why the U.S. orchestrated the genocide against 200,000 East Timorese. So I feel so awful because it was very harsh. The U.S. demanded, the U.S. provided, the United States provided all the military, all the weapons for the Indonesian army. It was at the hands of and provided the training as well. The U.S. trained the Indonesian army in torture and massacres, and even though the U.S. wasn't there, it's our fault as Americans. So it was really bad because hundreds of civilians were burned to death during the genocide. Hundreds of children had their heads bashed against rocks by the Indonesian army. And the U.S. told them to do it. The U.S. demanded, orchestrated the genocide. So thousands of women were raped. Thousands of people were tortured by the U.S.-supported Indonesian military, and a series of massacres. Like Amy Goodman, an American reporter, she was there in 1991, and she witnessed one of those massacres, the Santa Cruz massacre. And I read the details about it like a year ago. It was so awful. So again, I am responsible for the torture, rape, massacres of children, brutal massacres of children, 200,000 East Timorese children. I want to apologize to East Timor for my role as an American, because that is my economy that caused that. Those are my troops. What was my money, basically? It wasn't, well, was the U.S. economy that supported the genocide of East Timor, and I feel awful. And I want to tell East Timor that I love you so much, and I'm sorry for my complicity as an American for the genocide that had happened. And that's basically all I wanted to say, and I love you so much, East Timor. Alright, bye.